Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Today's story is one that has the potential to shake up the NFC West. And it's not just about the players on the field, but also about the deeper roster moves and the ongoing search for that perfect depth that can elevate a team in the long run. We all know how competitive the NFC West has become in recent years, with the 49ers consistently at the top, pushing for another Super Bowl appearance. But what's interesting now is the ongoing quest for talent and how the 49ers are trying to stay one step ahead of their rivals. And this week, they brought in a name that might surprise some of you, a player trying to find his footing in the NFL once again. A guy who's been on the fringes, but still has a lot to offer if given the right opportunity. That player is Shilo Sanders, a talented defensive back who recently visited the 49ers for a workout. And this news is catching some attention because it signals the team's ongoing effort to bolster their secondary and special teams units. Shilo Sanders, for those who might not be fully caught up, is the son of the legendary Deion Sanders, one of the most iconic figures in NFL history, and he's been trying to carve out his own path in professional football. He signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as an undrafted free agent back in May, right after the NFL draft concluded, and initially everything looked promising. But as we all know, the journey for undrafted players is often filled with hurdles, and Shilo's path has been no different. During his time with Tampa Bay, he faced some challenges that didn't exactly help his cause. For example, in the preseason finale, he was flagged for pass interference, and unfortunately ejected after throwing a punch, a moment that definitely didn't help his chances of sticking around. Ultimately, the Buccaneers decided to waive him during final cuts at the end of August, and despite clearing waivers, they chose not to bring him back to the practice squad. Now here's where it gets interesting. The San Francisco 49ers, always on the lookout for talent and depth, hosted Shilo for a workout earlier this week. And this is the first time we've seen real, publicly reported interest from an NFL team since Tampa Bay let him go. This is a significant development because it shows that the 49ers are still actively exploring options in their secondary, particularly for those crucial roles in special teams and depth behind their starters. It's no secret that the 49ers have one of the best defenses in the league, but they're constantly looking for ways to improve, especially in case of injuries or unexpected setbacks. And Shilo Sanders, with his athleticism, size, and football IQ, could be a valuable addition if he manages to get everything together and prove he's ready for the NFL level once again. Interestingly enough, the 49ers weren't just interested in Shilo. They also hosted other defensive backs like Brandon Joseph and Jalen Mahoney during the same week. That's a clear sign that the team is casting a wide net, trying to find the right pieces that can step in and contribute on short notice. In fact, they ended up signing Jalen Mahoney to their taxi squad, a player who actually saw some action with San Francisco last year in 3 games, providing some valuable experience and familiarity with the team's system. Meanwhile, Shilo remains on the hunt for his next opportunity, whether that's with the 49ers or somewhere else. But the story doesn't end there. Shilo Sanders' football journey might not just be limited to the NFL. As many of you know, the CFL has become an option for some players looking for a second chance or a different environment to showcase their talents. And Shilo is no stranger to this route. According to JC Abbott from 3 Down Nation, the Toronto Argonauts of the Canadian Football League have added Shilo to their negotiation list. Now, just to clarify, being on a CFL team's negotiation list doesn't mean Shilo has signed anything or committed to playing in Canada. It simply means that if he's open to pursuing a career there, the Argonauts will have the first chance to sign him. It's an intriguing option for a player still eager to prove himself, especially considering the rich football tradition and the opportunity to get game film and experience that could eventually lead him back to the NFL. What makes this story even more compelling is the context of his college career. Shilo and his brother Shilo Sanders, who's been making waves at Colorado, spent 4 collegiate seasons together, first at Jackson State, where their father Dayan was coaching, and then at Colorado. These are 2 talented athletes with football in their blood, and while Shedur's draft stock was one of the biggest stories of this past offseason, Shilo's NFL future has largely flown under the radar. Still, he's demonstrated flashes of talent, and his physical tools, speed, agility, coverage ability are there. It's a matter of consistency, discipline, and seizing the right opportunity, which he's still actively pursuing. So what does this mean for the 49ers? Well, it shows that they're not just relying on their current roster. They understand the importance of having versatile, athletic players ready to step in at a moment's notice. With the season progressing and injuries always lurking, having that extra layer of depth can be the difference between a deep playoff run and an early exit. Plus, the team's coaching staff is known for their ability to develop players and get the most out of their talent. So if Shilo Sanders joins the fold, he'll be in a system that can help him showcase his skills and make a case for a longer-term spot. Now, as fans, we should be paying close attention to how this unfolds. The 49ers have a history of finding diamonds in the rough, and this ongoing search for secondary depth is no different. Whether they decide to sign Shilo officially or move on to other options, it's clear that the organization recognizes the potential in players like him. It's also a testament to how competitive and dynamic NFL roster building is, always evolving, always looking for that edge. And let's not forget the bigger picture. The NFC West is stacked, and every team is trying to outmaneuver the others. The 49ers, with their disciplined defense and innovative offense, are always in the mix, but maintaining that edge requires constant work, scouting, and sometimes taking chances on players who are fighting to get back into the league. Shilo Sanders, with his pedigree and potential, is exactly the type of player who could benefit from the right coaching and environment. And if he makes the team, it could be a huge boost for the 49ers' depth chart. In the end, what we're seeing here is a team that's committed to building a championship-caliber roster, not just relying on their stars, but also investing in the future and the fringe players who could step up at any moment. It's that kind of strategic thinking, combined with their proven ability to develop talent, that keeps the 49ers at the top of the league year after year. So as fans, we should keep an eye on this story, because whether Shilo Sanders makes it onto the roster or not, it's a clear sign that the 49ers are always looking for ways to improve, adapt, and stay ahead of the competition. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Shilo Sanders has what it takes to make the team? Are you optimistic about the team's depth in the secondary? Your opinion matters so much to us and to the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Niners!